Welcome back to Heads Up SA. Today, Parliament held a heated debate on the Immigration Amendment Bill and is drawing sharp lines between South Africa's political parties. The bill seeks to tighten immigration laws, with one of the most notable changes being a requirement that anyone arrested must appear in court within 48 hours. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Heads Up SA for more updates on South African politics and current affairs. Keep your heads up, SA.
Honorable Speaker, the Economic Freedom Fighters supports the Immigration Amendment Bill. On the 29th of June 2017, the Constitutional Court in Lawyers for Human Rights versus Minister of Home Affairs and others declared sections 34(1)(b) and D of the Principal Act inconsistent with sections 12(1) and 35(2)(d) of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. The Constitutional Court found these sections unconstitutional because they denied the detainee the right to representation, and a detainee could be detained for much longer than 48 hours. Our actions must at all times be guided by the Constitution of the Republic and not by the xenophobic chants of fringe groups such as Dudula. Immigrants, whether legal or illegal, have a right to appear before a court of law and a right to be represented by a lawyer before the courts. These are rights that were denied to many Black people in South Africa under apartheid, and we dare not deny them to any human being, regardless of their status in the country. The challenges of illegal immigration into South Africa have been in the making for 20 years because of the failure of successive ANC governments to secure the borders of South Africa. The Border Management Agency, which was created recently, is underfunded and does not have adequate resources to discharge their task. Large sections of our borders are not patrolled or monitored. And this has led to an influx of undocumented people coming into the country undetected. To successfully address the issue of illegal immigration, we need to capacitate the BMA, address the pull and push factors that contributes towards the inflow of undocumented migrants, such as regional instability, lack of economic growth, and South African employers who hire undocumented immigrants to sidestep labor laws. The high numbers of foreigners flocking into the country does not have to mean that we lower our basic stance of human dignity that must be afforded to all. The bill will ensure that illegal foreigners due for deportation are handled in a just and equitable manner, and that their rights to human dignity must be counterbalanced with the right of the South African state to maintain its territorial integrity. The bill, for instance, provides that an immigration officer may only arrest for deportation of an illegal foreigner after having thoroughly interviewed him or her to establish whether it would be in the interest of justice for that foreigner to be detained and deported. This provides for a law of general application on how to handle immigrants in a humane and legally logical way. We are in support of this bill. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Tambekwayo. Honorable Van der Merwe.
Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Honorable Speaker, the Immigration Amendment Act 8 of 2024 is being presented as a victory for justice. But let us not deceive ourselves. This act is not the product of foresight. It is the byproduct of court orders, a bill born in the courtroom, not in the conscience of Parliament. Yes, Section 34 is being amended. It now forces the state to bring a detained foreign national before a court within 48 hours. It limits detention to 30 days unless a judge rules otherwise. It also introduces judicial oversight, where once there was only bureaucratic power. But here is the truth. These reforms were not guided by government's moral compass. They were forced upon it, first by the Constitutional Court in Lawyers for Human Rights versus Minister of Home Affairs in 2017, and again in Ex parte Minister of Home Affairs in 2023. Twice our courts reminded this very government, justice delayed is dignity denied. Without those rulings, Parliament would not be debating this bill here today. Even now, the Department of Litigation, Department of Home Affairs, is collapsing under the weight of its own inefficiency. Minister Leon Schreiber, happy birthday. You preside over a department crippled by backlogs, broken IT systems and queues that stretch for miles. These failures are not minor hiccups. They are systemic. They are the very reason thousands of people become undocumented. People are not illegal because of their own choosing. They are undocumented because Home Affairs manufactures this chaos. Instead of confronting dysfunction, the bill still clings to the dehumanizing language of illegal foreigners. Words matter, Honorable Speaker. This language fuels xenophobia. It strips people of dignity, and it violates the spirit of our Constitution, which promises equality for all who live in South Africa. And what about the most vulnerable, the stateless, those who cannot be deported because no country will claim them? Those left in limbo, unable to access rights, unable to move forward. This bill offers them nothing but an endless cycle of detention and despair. There are people born in South Africa by undocumented foreign nationals who became stateless. This is because we do not have visionary laws that deal with such peculiar cases. Imagine trying to deport a minor who was born in South Africa, never been to another country. The only misfortune is that they have a mother who's Mozambican and a Congolese as a father. They are unable to obtain a birth certificate and ID document. It means they cannot go to university. Their future, because of lack of documentation, is bleak. A prison without walls, a sentence without end. Let us be clear. This amendment is not a bold step forward. It's a reactive half measure, a legislative bandage on a wound that demands surgery. Procrastination dressed up as progress. South Africa deserves an immigration system that is visionary, humane, and sovereign. A system that secures our border, yes, but also secures the dignity of every human being. A system that does not criminalize desperation, but confronts corruption. A system that does not scapegoat migrants for dysfunction, but holds the minister accountable for failure. So the MK party says directly to you, Minister Schreiber, fix your house before you criminalize the homeless. Fix your systems before you stigmatize the stateless. Fix Home Affairs before you lecture South Africans about immigration. Honorable Speaker, let it be known that the MK party will not sit quietly while South Africans suffer from failures of Home Affairs. We will not allow backlogs to become the border. We will not allow inefficiency to become the policy. We will fight for laws that are just, humane, and truly sovereign. Because immigration must never be about fear. Immigration must be about fairness. Immigration must never be about exclusion. Immigration must be about justice. Immigration must never be about headlines. Immigration should be about humanity. Until then, MK rejects the pretense of progress, and we demand justice, fairness, forward thinking, and sovereignty. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Member Rose.